Hi everybody. Today I'm going to have a short video because I want to ask a question. I'm going to ask a series of questions actually. If you're watching this video, you obviously have interest in the topic of addiction and how to move past it. And so the question, now you may not have seen any of my other videos, or you may not be familiar with the freedom model, but you also may be. So if I'm repeating myself and you've watched videos in the past, just bear with me. But everybody should ask themselves these questions. The question becomes, do you want a problem that you can move past that's a temporary problem? No matter how bad it feels right now, no matter how hopeless you feel, do you want that hopelessness and that bad feeling to be a temporary scenario in your life, and one that you can fix and move past? Or do you feel like you are crippled and you feel like you have a condition that is chronic, progressive, and endless, and one in which you'll need recovery for the rest of your life? That's the fundamental difference between treatment, recovery, that model, and the freedom model. The freedom model is an option where we see an addiction as a preference for heavy use based on a person's reasoning. They have reasons to get high or drunk. And in the conventional model, in the treatment model, the recovery model, the personified drugs, in other words, drugs are seen as agents that have motives. You know, we see in that model, they see, first of all, that it's a disease, which it's not. They see it as a progressive illness, and they also see drugs and alcohol as personified things. They see them as cunning, baffling, and powerful, as if they're alive, which is a very strange way to see a substance, a lifeless substance. So, if, in fact, we talk about addictions and substances as being agents or substances that are alive and that create a disease or are the agents of a disease like a virus, then we do need to have recovery. You know, we need to recover from the disease. The problem is that's not true. So the freedom model sees it for what it actually is, and that is a habit, and in some cases a very confounding, tragic habit that has high trade-offs and costs, but is also motivated by the individual. So think about this. On the one hand, in the disease model, you see that an external thing is affecting you and is in control of you, and you have no free will. And in the freedom model, you have free will internally, and you're choosing your habits. So the question becomes, which view do you want to be a part of your life? And also, which one is objectively true? And if you want to be free, and you want this to be a temporary era in your life that you get past, well, then the freedom model is for you. If you're looking for, a way to have an excuse, maybe, to shirk responsibility, I'm not saying people start out that way, but it can go in this direction. Then the disease model might be for you, because you can always blame the disease for your behaviors and your choices. I was a believer in the disease concept for a while, back 30 years ago, but it didn't make sense to me. And then I let it go, and I started doing research, and I found that it wasn't true. And I didn't want to live by magic, myths, and misinformation. So, if you want this to be a temporary era in your life that you can move on from, the freedom model is for you. If you want it to be a part of your life as the view of recovery, that you're going to be in a battle for the rest of your life by some force outside yourself that's bent on your destruction. If you want to believe in that mythology, then you go for the disease concept. And people are entitled to have that choice. Now, if you want to know more about how to move past this and know the facts, read the Freedom Model. Give us a call if you're really programmed deeply in that disease concept and this video intrigues you. But you need to ask yourself that question: which way do you want to go? Some people like being in AA. They like being the victim of something they feel they have no control over. And it gives them an identity. We call that the addict identity, of course. But you could have the identity of a person in recovery, right? And I didn't want to be in recovery. I wanted to move on. I wanted to be free. And I hope you do too, because it's a wonderful way to live. And you can get over the problem for good. So if you want more information, give me a call at 888-424-2626 or go to thefreedommodel.org. That's thefreedommodel.org. Or if you want to learn about our retreat, where we help people learn all of this and move on. And if you're in crisis and you really need to get away, our retreat is a fantastic place to go. People stay for anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks to learn the Freedom Model. And that is, you can learn about that at www.soberforever.net or thefreedommodel.org, either of those two websites. But soberforever.net, thefreedommodel.org. And if you want to know about our private instruction program, go to leaveaddictionbehind.com. And that's it. Talk to you soon. Bye.